Meanwhile, the US women in action today as they kicked off their Olympic campaign with a 3-0 victory over Zambia. Really, all the damage was done early on, Robin, with the opening goal. And we saw 2 goals from Swanson in 2 minutes, which guaranteed Emma Hayes' side a 3-0 win to kick things off. It could have been a lot more, actually. The US, as you would expect, dominant, but they win their first game. Of course, a big test coming up next for them as they take on Germany. Following the Olympics for us is Ali Krieger, who joins us now. Ali, overall, obviously, we knew going into this game that the US were big favourites. Emma Hayes will be delighted with the fact that, obviously, they got that 3-0 lead early, meaning they can focus now on Germany at the weekend.
Yeah, of course. I think this is the team that we've always, wanted to see. It's good that they put the pressure on quickly and they put Zambia on their back foot directly. And I think they could have had a few more goals with the opportunities that they created. But ultimately, this is the U.S. team that we wanted to see come out at the first game of the tournament to really set the tone for themselves. And hopefully they can carry that on into the next game. I know Germany had a brilliant game against Australia, so that's going to be pretty tough for them, during this competition. Zambia obviously couldn't even build out of the back, really. They didn't really have much possession, especially with the red card that kind of set them back throughout the whole match. And they never really had momentum. So this was somewhat of, a win for the U.S. that was solid, a complete performance, and impressive for the first game in the tournament.
Who caught the eye for you today?
I think Mallory Swanson and Trinity Rodman. I think they were lethal up front. I think they could have had a few more balls in the back of the net because they did create those chances. I think it's just that final touch. It's in front of the goal to really put the ball in the back of the net. When you create and the front six have the ability to get forward and get into those goal scoring opportunities, they have to put the ball in the back of the net, especially in these tournaments. It's really important to kind of get ahead at the very beginning of the game, and then you won't have to worry about the rest. Then it's just, continuing to do what you know how to do, keep possession, connect passes, beat lines, face up going forward, and continue that match day game plan that you have. So hopefully moving into the next rounds, they will finish these simple chances that they really created in front of the goal. And then we'll see a really, really difficult U.S. team to beat moving on in the tournament.
It's interesting, on ESPN with Seb, you were talking about the fact that Zambia could prove a real test. Obviously, the sending off has a big effect on that, but you were surprised how easy the US made this look.
Yeah, I was really surprised that Rachel Kundananji, who plays for Bay FC, and also Barbara Banda, who's probably one of the best forwards in the world right now in Orlando Pride, scoring 53 goals out of 60 international appearances, and she's right now topping the table for Golden Boot in the NWSL. I do think they were a bit quiet this evening, and so that was not as impressive as we would normally see them, but I do think it was difficult for Zambia to even connect a pass and get the ball forward through the midfield and even give them more opportunities. It was more individualistic play from the forward line, and we don't normally see that from Barbara Banda or Rachel, and I think it was tough, especially like you mentioned after the red card. It was an uphill battle for Zambia by then.
Ali, your internet's worked long enough. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. Just a reminder, a number of other games were taking place today. Of course, the soccer starting for the opening ceremony tomorrow. Spain, in their first ever Olympics, will beat Japan by 2-1. Brazil beat Nigeria 1-0, and I believe it was Marta who scored the winning goal for Brazil to give them the win. Meanwhile, in Group A, Canada with a 2-1 victory over New Zealand. 5-goal thriller for the hosts as they would beat Colombia by 3-2.